So if anyone's a teacher or has been a teacher for a decent amount of time, you would know that it can be quite a stressful job. A lot of things about the job include like the planning, all the administration, things related with parents, especially if you're in a private school, making the parents happy and things like that. So it's quite a stressful job in general. But what about in the classroom? Obviously, depending on the subject and the age range you teach, the levels of stress can vary, especially if some students are better behaved and just show more interest. But in this video, I'm going to talk about mindfulness in the classroom and ways to reduce stress and kind of gain control. So about me, I'm an English teacher at the moment working in Ecuador. So I've also worked in South Korea, but when I worked in South Korea, I was working with young children, ages about 6 to about 9, roughly. And now I'm teaching teenagers. The youngest, I have one class, which is 8th grade, but on average, I teach students aged 15 to 17. And it can be rewarding and enjoyable at times as well, but also very stressful. As you could imagine, when they're 15, 16, 17, they don't want to be in school. They don't want to do what you ask, and they just want to talk. And especially when they're doing a class for a couple of hours, which is not in their native language. So, because of that, students will talk. They will speak in their native language, and they won't pay attention. So, the hard part as a teacher is being able to not only help those students, but be able to control the class. And that can be very stressful. And I know it was stressful for me until I started doing a few of these things. So one of the first things I did is try to remember that the teacher in the classroom is like the conductor in a band, right? Everything follows that. And the way you sort of translate that into teaching practice is if this is what I do. If the students keep talking, yelling, fighting, whatever, I just stop talking. And you think, so how's that going to help? Well, I don't just stop talking. I just stop talking, look out the window, and kind of give this face of disinterest, showing that, okay, sometimes I say, okay, if you guys are going to talk, fine, I'm not going to teach, right? And that actually brings attention to the students. And some of them might start to go, shh. And it's kind of a sign that it's ready to do work. It's time to do work. And alongside that, I would just say one word and make sure I just say, okay guys, attention. And I won't say again. And then eventually they'll calm down. And that will be like their sign that they need to stop talking. And before, what I used to do is just try to yell over them, trying to get them to calm down by yelling and stuff. And all that would do is just make them talk more, or it would just tire me out, probably more like that. But when I try this, I just kind of surrender, pack it in, and lo and behold, it becomes easier and easier to teach them because they kind of know the rules, they kind of know the expectations, and reduces the stress. Another thing, with the classroom in general, obviously people say that the plan is very important, and that's true. But it's not just the plan. The plan is the thing that you follow that you've written, right? That's fine. But the key thing is to understand what you're teaching. And I know that sounds really obvious, but a lot of the time, at least before anyway, there'd be certain things that I wouldn't know how to teach. And I'd be a bumbling idiot. And the way that you can tell this is if you're over-explaining something, potentially you don't actually understand it. And the key is to ask questions and leave it to them. So that's what I would do in that situation. So yeah. So moving forward, I think also another thing that you can do is try to stop and breathe. And at the end of the day, you need to be able to show confidence in what you're doing. That's in your posture, the way you have your shoulders, the way you speak, and the way you hold yourself. And that will help too, to give students the indicator that, not that you're not to be messed with, but that you know what you're doing and you're here to be serious. And that kind of helps to reduce stress because I feel more relaxed, I feel more comfortable, and the students feel the same way as well. So the key is maybe if you're writing on the board and things get a little bit out of hand, I would say while you're writing, take a breath, calm down, and maybe if students don't understand something, take the opportunity to stop the class and re-explain something. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed and you found some of these useful. Take care. Bye.